Darren O'Conner, I got some questions for you. When you took the pictures of my wrist, what day was that? When you said that you put your life at risk for me, I want to know how so. When you said you didn't have time because you had too much other stuff going on, well, you jumped on the bandwagon with Michelle Rodriguez, didn't you? Of course you did. And that happened after what happened to me. You jumped onto the bandwagon with Sammy Leon, didn't you? That happened after what happened to me. How about that Mr. Atkins feller? You jumped on the bandwagon with that after what happened to me. So you obviously have time. And these people didn't go through 1/10 what I did. So when you got a hold of Rob Lowe for Fox 31, did you include what happened to me in that? I hope so, but I doubt it. Of course, these people were painted as victims, whereas I was painted as a predator and never allowed a day in court. Now, if I had support from people who were actually willing to do something, then maybe I would have gotten that honest day in court. But you told me that you were having some problems with your spouse, and there was some issues with you not wanting to lose your kid over helping me. That's something that should have gone into a police report, not just been said to me. What happened to me, and what happened to Miss Rodriguez, and what happened to Sammy, these all go to show that Boulder Police Department doesn't care. It also goes to show that, well, there are certain criteria that make somebody more worth listening to. Like 2 of those 3 people were black. 2 of those people live in houses. Yep. Makes them worth more, doesn't it? If it happens to a white homeless person, nobody gives a fuck. One of those people is a female, so she definitely gets more points than I do. Trying to get people to communicate with me in an effective fashion is damn near impossible, Darren. Unlike most people, you at least answer your damn phone once in a while. Unlike most people, you're actually able to do something. You have some pull. But how are you using it? Are you using it to fight the actual issues? And why is it that even though many people are facing these issues, some people are worth that attention more than others? Now, I want to know, first of all, why it is that you risked your life to do that, to take those pictures of my wrist. How did that risk your life? Now, it's not that I don't already know, it's that I want you to say it. I was never allowed to defend myself to the media. I was never allowed to defend myself in a court of law. You actually made phone calls, Darren. You made phone calls for other people. Did you make any for me? People who have more resources than I do. People who get to see their friends and family. People who are not having their lives threatened. People who are not falsely accused the way that I was. Did this stuff happen to me because I'm black? Brian Townsend, he had to deal with racism for helping me. At the Super 8 in Longmont, Colorado. That's in Boulder County. You can go take his statement. He's been assaulted by the police as well. He's black. He's somebody who actually came through and did some actual help. Some actual legwork. Now, I'm not talking shit on you, Darren. I personally believe that you are a hero. I've seen what you've done over these many years to try to help the homeless of Boulder, Colorado. It can't be said that you're not. Well, it can be said, it just wouldn't be true. I'm not going to say that you're a piece of shit because I know better. But I also know that the shit that happened to me is worse than all three of those other people put together. I also know that I'm going to stick up for those other three because it's the right thing to do. But it's also right for me to stick up for me. While these people were allowed honest days in court, while these people had their issues posted up on the news to show what's actually going on, mine wasn't. The news slandered the shit out of me. The Bollingers slandered the shit out of me. That slander resulted in a lot of assaults. The police refused to take a report about any of the assaults against me. It got to the point where I stopped trying to make a report about the assaults by the public and had to focus almost entirely on the police. A lot of people turned their backs on me because I wasn't allowed an honest day in court. These other people must be right because they won in court because I was prevented from going. This David Lane feller, I tried to get a hold of him. I need help, Darren. The public was painted a very bad picture of me, and you know me better than that. So does Pierre. So does Alicia Bollinger. So does Maddie Boa. What was done to Natalie was wrong. What was done to me was wrong. But the things that happened to Natalie were at the hands of her own family. Now, I can say that about a lot of the shit that happened in my life, but not all of it. The Bollingers didn't give a fuck about Natalie. If Ted cared about his daughter, he wouldn't have fucking raped her. Now, the issue that I'm having here with Rayanna, that's the same issue I had with Natalie. She wasn't allowed to be my friend. She was ostracized and criticized for it. People threatened my life, but they didn't just threaten my life. They threatened the lives of those who tried to help me. Darren, what happened to me is a whole series of fucked up situations because I didn't have someone like you in my corner like Samuel Leon Lawrence IV and Michelle Rodriguez. gonna make a call to Rob Lowe on my behalf? I doubt it. Darren, I want to respect you, and I do. But one thing I don't respect is turning a blind eye. Because of my disabilities, it's difficult for me to do the things that Samuel Leon Lawrence IV is able to do. It's difficult for me to be able to do the things that Atkins feller is able to do. It's difficult for me to do the things that Michelle can do. I'll have you know that 2 of those 3 people have been in contact with me, and they don't understand my panic attacks either. At the same time, I can tell that Sammy Leon Lawrence IV has them. Same thing with Miss Michelle Rodriguez. The fact is, none of us deserve this. Whether I got it worse than them or not, their rights are being fought for and mine are not. My rights don't mean shit. Darren O'Conner, when you submitted that to Rob Lowe, was my name in that? Was it? Without somebody in my corner doing what it is that you're doing for those other people. Yeah. My life isn't worth living, sir. Is it because I'm not black that you wouldn't do it? Is it because I'm not a woman that you didn't do it? Is it because I'm not in a house that you didn't do it? Or is it because you were threatened that you didn't do it? These are important things to know, Darren.